Hi, my name is Dan Duling, and I am the scriptwriter at the Pageant of the Masters. I've been the scriptwriter since 1981, and I've had the opportunity to work with some extraordinary people here at the Pageant of the Masters and Festival of Arts in Laguna Beach, California. In 1932, when the Olympics was going on up in Los Angeles, this art colony of Laguna Beach was hoping to generate some attention for the artists who lived here and worked here and hoped to sell some of their paintings and artworks to people that they could induce to come down from Los Angeles during the Olympics. And they thought, let's put on a festival of arts. Actually, one man, John Hinchman, came up with the idea, and the city pretty much, and I use the term city rather loosely, this village got behind it. From the beginning, it was a volunteer community effort, and that year the festival was about a week long. The artists hung their artworks on, essentially the fences along a little stretch of road down near the beach, and there was enough interest and attention and publicity events, singing, dancing, parades, that they made about $300, and they thought, that's good enough, let's do it again next year. They did it again the next year, and then a gentleman by the name of Roy Ropp and his wife Marie, who had been involved in those very first living pictures, went to the board and said, if we're going to do this, if we're going to celebrate art and the great masterpieces, we've got to do this with a little more respect and regard and attention to detail. We need painted backdrops. We need real costumes. We need a sense of a show. And the board said, okay, Roy, it's all yours. And that summer 1935, when he took over, he rechristened it the Pageant of the Masters. He painted all of the backdrops for all of the living pictures in his backyard. He built a stage. He built a seating area. His wife picked music, wrote a script to be read, and they created essentially the template for what is now the Pageant of the Masters. In 1936, this is a significant year because it has a number of firsts. One of these was the first nude to ever be presented in the Pageant of the Masters. A very courageous woman who became sort of a local legend named Margaux Goddard, who agreed to slather herself with white makeup, with a towel around her, scurry behind a screen. They opened the curtain. The kids were there in front laughing and pointing, and she appeared as a white statue for about 90 seconds and swore never, ever again. Fortunately, she was too much of a gamer to not continue to be involved with the festival, and it was really the end of the show that summer that made the difference, because the finale that Roy Ropp chose as to end his show in 1936 was Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. Nobody done anything of this scale. There are 13 people on that stage. Most of these tableaus were 2 or 3 figures at most. But here he was building and painting a set for 13 cast members that he went around the community to cast. And when the music, in this case the Lord's Prayer sung by a local singer, was presented, the curtain opened. There was a curtain. It opened on this. The narration was read. The song was sung. There was a silence at the end, and the audience was just struck by the power of this. The combination of theatrical elements creating a real moment. And from that thing, there's a reason why that is still 81 years later, or 81 years since the very first living pictures, still our traditional finale, because it put the Pageant of the Masters on the map. It put the Festival of Arts as the place to go to see the Pageant of the Masters on the map, and it really created a publicity juggernaut of free publicity nationwide. And by 1939, 1940, Roy Ropp and Marie Ropp had created this phenomenon in the city of Laguna Beach that people came from all over to see.